their interest, to come and express their interest to contest now for this position. If I am elected by members of parliament, my colleagues, as their deputy speaker, there will be so many reforms. We shall do whatever it takes to ensure that we deliver to the expectations of Uganda, of many Ugandans, millions of Ugandans, to ensure that the most important laws that will benefit many Ugandans is passed. So, as a member of parliament from Karamoja, we have also arrived. We also need to be there for the first time because we have now been there. So slowly by slowly we shall reach there. But also, I want to thank His Excellency the President for giving us a chance to, for giving us this internal democracy in our party. That any member of the party can express, he or she can, it's possible, he can speak up. I just want to give a story about the man called Zacchaeus. Zacchaeus was not able to see Jesus in the crowd, and yet he was a tax collector and was regarded as a sinner. But Zacchaeus used his own wisdom to run ahead and when Jesus approached, Jesus told him, "You come down. Tonight I am going to be in your house and we shall share a meal together." No, that's enough. So this is exactly what I want to do. I thank you very much.
Your name's again?
My name is Mutwang Hillary. I represent the people of the county in Kabong district, Karamoja Sub-County. I'm also an area chairman for Kabong district. I thank you very
Uh, I am Otto Edward Lamont, a member of parliament for Agago County, an aspirant for the position of the deputy speaker of parliament. As I've said before, I'm not a first-time MP. I was in the 10th parliament. I was the vice chair of rules, privilege, and discipline. I reviewed the entire rules of procedure of parliament. I handled a number of major disciplinary issues. Discipline is one of the issues at parliament at the moment. If you remember the famous case of Zake and Professor Nawange, I was the vice chair and we were the ones who handled that. The case of the late Honorable Minister Okello Machudu, the State Minister for Defense, we handled that. When Pastor Namuganza was referred to the committee, their issue with the former speaker, Rebecca Kadaga, we handled that. So we did a lot of constitution amendment. So I have legislative experience and leadership experience in the core committee of rules, privilege, and discipline, which is where normally the speaker and deputy speaker, usually the custom of parliament is that when you chair rules, privilege, and discipline, or you're a member of legal and parliamentary, just like my brother Burgos, normally you are being prepared for this position. So I held those positions. I'm a lawyer by profession. I finished at Makerere between 1998 and 2000. From Makerere University, I was a minister in Mukasa Fred in BDS government, speaker of North Court Hall. I went to Canada, went to University of Toronto, when I was called to the bar with a JD, a Juris Doctor in law. So when you talk about legal qualification, I don't think anybody can match my legal qualification in law. I practice law as a barrister and solicitor. I'm the only barrister in the field. They are advocates. I'm also an advocate, but I am the only barrister in the field. So in terms of academic qualification, nobody beats me. So I bring to the table both legislative experience, not only legislative, leadership experience at the two core committee of rules, privilege, and discipline. And I also bring leadership track record right from the time when I was in secondary school at St. Edward's College, Togo. I was a junior 8 boy. I stood ran and I was elected to represent all the children of Masaka in the Constituent Assembly mock debate in 1994. Remember the time of Badiabo and all that. I was a junior head boy at St. David's College, Togo. After that, I was also the junior head boy and chairman debate, junior debating club. I went to St. Mary's College, Kisubi, and I was also in leadership. I'm currently a member of the EXCOM, the Executive Committee at Smakova. This is the very same school where General MK went to school. So I was also, when I was abroad, I was one of the two representatives of Canada to the Uganda North American Association, which comprised of all Ugandans of different tribes. I was number 2 in ranking. There are only 2 leadership positions. There's the chairman of the board, and I was the secretary of the board. So I have come a long way. I have held a number of leadership positions that I cannot talk about. I'm not a first-time MP. Legal and legislative experience. With my exposure in Canada, having studied also international law at the York University, I think with all this exposure, I should be able to bring the necessary reforms, the credibility, and restore trust in leadership of parliament, which is lacking at the moment. So I seek the mandate to be able to do that. I've said this in many other forums. Thank you so much. Edward Mambot, Member of Parliament, Agago County, and vying to become the Deputy Speaker of Parliament of Uganda. Thank you. Thank you.